I think the thing that I really like about design that attracted me to the program is that design is meant to be something ubiquitous, something that like speaks to a lot of people, something that can reach someone who studied finance and someone who studied fine art, like a creative writer and like a politician. So I feel like design is something that is really meant to speak to everybody at once, and it's not exactly up for interpretation. Like good design tells a very specific story, and that's something that I really appreciate. Most of my work is completely traditional manual work. Because I studied painting and drawing for 4 years, that was my undergraduate. I feel like that has lended itself to my approach. I feel like the more work that you get done that is drawn correctly always translates better once you do digitize it and apply it to like the dimensions or whatever the situation calls for. This means like drawing out letters meticulously hundreds of times or doing the same drawing over and over again until you get it right. Anything that you make by hand just has a lot more emotion behind it, and that translates 100% to whatever you're working on, really. As a group, the most exciting project we worked on was generating ideas for the Galleria dell'Accademia, potential branding changes that they could go with in the future to kind of update their image a little bit. The Specula and the Museo di Tessuto were individual projects that the master's program was working on. And most recently, we've done wine labels for a client outside of Naples. There are a lot of design firms here that are actually doing really interesting work. And there are also, branches of bigger publishing companies that have their seat here in Florence. And there are even companies that are doing like amazing digital work for example, the Uffizi, and this includes a lot of programming and web design as well. Because design is such a ubiquitous thing, there is always a need for good design. We've had a lot of guest lectures from people who actually are working in the industry, whether it's for like nonprofit organizations or the fashion industry here. We've had a lot of crossover with, surprisingly, the art history department, especially with the SACI MX program. Like, we do need a lot of insight from people who know a lot more about the topics that we're designing for. Like, research includes like doing, of course, like a lot of reading, asking a lot of people, which is where the art history people come in. As the research goes on, you pretty much narrow it down until you finally have an idea that you feel like you can expand upon. And that's where the really intense work starts. Designing, identities, logos, illustrations, what have you. There is like a lot of pressure to get it done. But I feel like also that's what designers really like, is a lot of pressure, so it's not bad.